So right now we have understood about the definition of the wave, the definition of the segment, and the definition of the interval. Right now the first segment which are facing after the P wave is PR segment. What is representing this PR segment? This PR segment represents AV nodal conductions. AV nodal conductions. This was PR segment. PR segment. This is PR segment. Another of the PR segments, right now we have got ST segments. What is representing ST segment? ST segment represents complete ventricular depolarization. During this time, when ventricular is depolarized, during this period when ventricular is contracted, it gets at times. During this time, when the ventricle is contracted, the needle of ECG does not fluctuate to any side. So they produces the ST segments. This ST segment represents plateau phases of the action potential. So what is the ST segment? ST segment represents complete ventricular depolarization. ST segment represents complete ventricular depolarization. It means when the ventricle is contracted and the ventricular contraction is finished, it will get a time. So during this period, the needle of ECG does not fluctuate and just the ECG paper move under the needle of the ECG machine. They produce ST segments. This ST segment clinically is very important. Later on we'll be discussing about the clinical role of these wave segments and interval. This was about the PR segments and ST segments and TP segments. This TP segment is clinically is very important. Why it is clinically very important? Yes, that is why. In this case, we can measure the depression and elevation of the waves, segment and interval. So this is the TP segment. This is called isoelectric lines. And this TP segment is the start from the end of the one cardiac cycle to the onset of the P wave of next cardiac cycle. TP segment is a segment which started from the beginning of the T wave and to the onset of the P wave, or to the onset of to the end of the T wave to the onset of the P wave is called TP segment. This TP segment is a through segment which represents isoelectric lines. Why we don't use these two another segments? Because we are discussing about the clinical role of this ST segment. This ST segment may develop ST segment depressions. For example, in case of angina, unstable angina, non-ischemia, and in some cases this ST segment maybe represents some elevation. For example, in case of the infarction, pericarditis, aortic aneurysm, and Brugada syndrome, and in case of the stroke. So this is why before we use a lot of ST segment, but right now just we use for the measurement of the isoelectric lines, we use this isoelectric line that is called TP segments. This was about what else remains here? P segment, wave segment, interval. These were nomenclature of the ECG. PR right now. What is representing P wave? What is representing Q wave? Septal. What is representing R wave? Major. What is representing the S wave? Basal part. And what is representing the T wave? What is representing the U wave? The source is uncertain, but it represents Purkinje fiber repolarizations. Right now, this was about the wave. Let me discuss about the segment. The first segments that we see after the P wave is called PR segments. What is the PR segment? What is representing? AV nodal conductions. Another segment is ST segment. What is representing ST segment? It represents complete ventricular depolarization. Or in action potential, it represents plateau phases of the action potential. After this, yes, after that we have discussed about the segments. TP segment. What is representing the TP segment? Yeah, from the onset of the end of the T wave to the onset of the P wave, that is called TP segment. What is the chemical role of TP segment? This is an isoelectric line. So this was about. Right now we will move about the interval. How many interval we should have got? PR interval. PR interval. P plus PR segment is called PR interval. What is the chemical role of PR interval? Especially in the block. For example, which block? 4th degree block, 2nd degree block. This is. Right now we have got another QRS interval. What is the chemical role of QRS interval? Especially the normal duration of QRS interval. It represents 0.12 seconds. If we have got narrow QRS complex, and patient have got tachyarrhythmia. This is called narrow QRS complex. So the wide of the QRS complex provide information about the diagnosis of arrhythmia. If we have got narrow QRS complex and associated with tachyarrhythmia, it represents supraventricular. If a patient have got ventricular tachycardia, it is associated with wide QRS complex. So this QRS complex is clinically significant. That is why, because of this wideness of the QRS complex, we can use for diagnosis of supraventricular tachyarrhythmia and ventricular tachyarrhythmia. This was about the QRS interval. Tell me about the QT interval. QT interval from the beginning of the Q wave to the end of the T wave. What is the clinical role of this QT interval? And this, yes, shortening of the QT interval and prolongation of the QT interval, both of them are dangerous. For example, in case of the hypocalcemia, we will see prolonged QT interval. But in cases of the some drug poisoning and some other cases, we will see short QT interval. Right now, we will be discussing about the duration of these wave segment interval. P wave, normal P wave. The normal duration of the P wave over the ECG paper. Yes, it represents or it involves 3 small squares. Generally, 3 small squares represent 0.12 seconds. A normal P wave have got the duration of the 0.12 seconds. And the height also represents 3 small squares. So the height represents 2.5 or up to 3 small squares. Right now, after the P wave, we come to the Q wave. What is the duration of the Q wave? Say 1 millimeter. It involves just 1 small square. What is the height of the R wave? The height of the R wave represents 10 millimeters. 10 millimeters. Let's go to about the S wave. Yes, the S wave, this is clinical signification of the S wave. Right now, I can't tell you about this S wave because I haven't seen about the. So at least you should calculate about the 2 or 2 small squares. Right now, we come the P wave. P wave also get 3 small squares. And another thing, this was about the duration of the waves. Right now, we are discussing about the PR interval. What is the duration of the PR interval? 3 small squares as well as 5 small squares. PR interval have got 5 small squares. The 5 small squares represent 0.2 seconds. Right now, tell me about duration of the normal QRS complex duration. It's also get 3. You should not forget that term of 3 small squares, which represent 0.12 seconds. Right now, we come about the what? The QT interval. QT interval involves 10 small squares. It represents 0.4 seconds or 40 millimeters. Yeah. This was about the duration of the QT interval. After the duration, let me discuss about the duration of the PR segment. PR segment, the duration of PR segment is very important. Why it is very important? Because in the blood, prolongation of PR interval represents first degree AV neutral block. Normal PR interval, as I mentioned, the upper limit of PR interval gets it 3 to 5 or generally 5. It's here. And duration of the segments is also represent 3 small squares. And duration of QRS complex. And right now, after the PR interval, we should discuss about the PR segment. Duration of PR segment, it also gets 3 small squares. ST segments, it also gets 3 small squares. Why the ST segment is very important? Calculation of ST segment started from the J point. What does it mean, J point? This J point is the start from a part in which this ST segment connect to the S wave. And they make an angle. This angle is called J point. So this is very important. The clinical role of ST segment, especially measurement of the ST segment, should be started from the J points. This was about the ST segment. The ST segment clinically just has a major role in the depression and elevation. Those conditions which lead to ST segment depression, especially unstable angina, especially angina, another angina is TB, another non-strength, angina, non-STEMI, and non-STEMI. So this is the cases in which the ST segment is depressed. Tell me about the ST segment elevation. Those conditions: infarction, pericarditis, aneurysm, another Brugada syndrome, and pericarditis. In these cases, ST segment is their own role. So, right now, this was about the nomenclature of the ECG deflections. After that, we have also understand about the assigning of these waves. Do you know assigning? or nomenclature. For example, when we give name for this first wave, P wave, this P wave that we get for this first wave, that is called the signings. The name that we use to introduce a wave, that is called assignings. This is the P wave and QRS complex. In another, right, let me discuss about the morphology of these waves and clinical role of this morphology of this P wave. First, we should discuss about the P wave. Yeah? P wave. The normal duration of the P wave 3 small square, and the height of is 2 meters. For those in those cases that we haven't seen the P wave. What was those cases that we don't see the P wave? For example, there are a lot of cases. For example, in the SA nodal block, we don't see P wave. Another, in the AV nodal block, we also don't see in some cases P wave. This is the second. In atrial fibrillation, we also don't see the P wave. Another conditions, in case of the escape rhythm, we also don't see a P wave, especially in which, P wave, in escape rhythm. And in some other cases, the morphology of the P wave may be changed. For example, in those people who have got mitral stenosis, the P wave represents N shape. Another, in some other cases, the P wave may represent biphasic, like this. Like this. In case of the pulmonary hypertension, this first wave represents right atrium, and this wave is represent left atrium. If the height of the first wave is greater than the S wave, it represents right atrium enlargement. And yes, right atrium. If the second, this wave, is deeper than the first wave, it represents left atrium enlargement. So this was about the morphology, M wave, and also another thing is biphasic M wave, and finally
P pulmonal.
Yeah, I mentioned this is also a P pulmonal, and this is a kilitary of that. This is also a P pulmonal. A peak wave also represents P pulmonal or pulmonary hypertension. This was about the morphology of the P wave. Let's discuss about the morphology of the QRS, a normal QRS complex. This is a normal QRS complex. This is a normal QRS complex. How should I assign? First, you should assign this QRS complex. You should assign this QRS complex. Now, what is this wave? Q wave. The first negative small wave which comes before the R wave, that is called Q wave. This Q wave is always negative. This small negative deflection which comes before the R wave, that is called Q wave, which represents septal ventricular depolarization. The most large wave which comes after the small negative wave is called R wave, which represents major ventricular depolarization. And after this large R wave, that we have got small negative wave. This is small negative wave which comes after the R wave, that is called S wave. So this was the assigning of the QRS complex. Generally, this QRS complex is a positive QRS complex. Why this a positive QRS complex? Because the R is greater than the S wave. Right now we will be discussing some morphology of the QRS complex. So for example, right now we will go to this case. What is this? You should assign first one. This is the R wave? No, it does not have R wave. This is the R wave. We have got the R wave. Here this is no S wave. So what is this? Is just the R wave. What kind of wave? This is a positive R wave, because the R wave is greater than the S wave, or the R wave is predominantly positive than the negative S wave. So this is called positive R wave. Right now we'll go to this wave. First you should assign, and then you should tell me what kind of QRS complex it is. Here we don't have the R wave, just we have got S wave. Yes, this is also called Q wave, because we don't have R wave. This is called the Q wave. Yeah, this is we don't have the first wave. It is not followed by the R wave. This is called Q wave. But this wave, still we don't have R wave, which should be followed by the negative wave, S wave. So we also call this wave as SQ wave. This is SQ wave. let me discuss about this. Now you should assign me first. This is, we don't have a Q wave, this is the R wave, and this is again S wave. What kind of QRS complex it is? Yeah, this is a QRS complex, this is a positive QRS complex. Why it is positive? Because the R is greater than the S wave, or the R is predominantly larger than the S wave. So this is called a positive QRS complex. This is called a positive QRS complex. Let's move to this one. First you should assign this one. This one is R wave and this one is S wave. Right now the S wave is greater than the R wave. So this is what kind of QRS complex? This is a negative QRS complex in which the S wave is greater than the R wave. Let's assign this type of. Which one? This one we don't have Q wave. This is the R. After the R wave, we have got the S wave. This is the S, and this is the R. This is RS R prime. So this large, the first wave is R, and the second one is called prime. RS R prime. Right now, discuss about this wave. Here what we have got? Here, you should nominate this one. Another, this is also, we can say this is the R wave, this is the S wave, and this is the R wave, this is the S wave, and this is the R prime. This is another name. Let's assign the another one.
QR.
This one, the ECG that we have discussed on bedside discussion 2 days ago. Now we should assign first one and then you should tell me what kind of QRS complex it is. The first one is R wave. The second is S wave. Again R prime. Again S. Again R prime. This was a QRS complex in which wave is predominant? R wave is predominant than the S wave. So this is called positive QRS complex. Let's move to another one. First you should assign and then you should tell me what kind of QRS complex it is. The first one is R wave. The second one is S wave. Again R wave. Again S wave. Which deflection is larger? The S wave. So this is a QRS complex which is called negative QRS complex. In this QRS complex, the S is greater than the R wave. So this is a positive QRS complex. Now another. You should assign first one. This is the R wave. This is the S wave. This is the R wave. R is happened. What kind of QRS complex it is? This is a positive QRS complex. Why it is a positive QRS complex? Because the R is greater than the S wave. Or R is predominantly than the depth of the S wave. This is called positive QRS complex. Another, do you know any another form? Who can draw for me another form, a new form of the QRS complex? QR. This is the Q.
Yes.
And this is the QR. We don't have this QR. This is generally a positive QRS complex. Another morphology, complicated morphology. Do you remember from the ECG? Any complicated? We have discussed a lot of things, huh? Tell me.